If you do what I'm going to share with you in this video, no desire will ever be out of reach for you ever again. You are going to manifest all of them. What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. If you're new here, hi. I'm Scarlett Grace, I'm a manifestation coach, and I'm here to help you manifest your heart's desires and a life that's better than your wildest dreams. If you want me to help you to manifest your desires, sign up for coaching below. And let's get on with the topic of this video. Today, I want to talk to you about you. Did you know that all the things that you believe you are, your personality, the way you behave, your likes, your dislikes, your quirks, what you can and cannot have, what your body looks like, how your body works, everything is just a story. It is changeable. None of those things are who you truly are. None of the things that you associate with you, none of the things that you think you are who you really are. Do you know why? Who you truly are is God. You are God of your reality, and God is infinite. God contains everything. And that means that you get to choose who you are. All of it, you get to choose. And that means that all those stories that you have about who you are, they are nothing more than stories. They're just stories that you have been telling yourself. And some of those stories, they have been going on for decades, but they're nothing more than stories. You contain everything, every possibility, every personality trait, every behavior. You contain everything. And that means that you can choose at any moment who you want to be. Nothing you know about yourself is set in stone. If there's something that you don't like about yourself, if there is something that you feel is an obstacle to you getting what you want, you can simply decide that this is not who you are. You have never been that way, you're not that way now, you will never be like that in the future. That's not who you are. You just choose a different story. You're infinite. All the things that you believe you are right now are just stories, and those stories are changeable. You just need to decide to drop a story and replace it with another story. And if there is a specific area in your life where you feel that you cannot manifest what you want and you don't understand why, you're using all the methods but it isn't shifting, or you never get the full results that you want, and it feels like a struggle, like you imagine or you affirm and some things pop up and you get your hopes up and you think, now it's happening, it's finally happening. I don't believe that I'm going to get this finally, and then things stop or go backwards. This is because what you want doesn't fit your current story. Let me give you an example. You have always been overweight, and your parents have always been overweight, and your grandparents are overweight, and your siblings and your cousins are overweight, and you know that you are heavy boned, and you know that you have a terrible metabolism, and your genes make you fat, and you always hated working out, and it's not your fault because it's not in your genes. You're not built as a person who would be good at sports, and your parents don't work out, and your whole family is not good at sports. It's not something that you are, and you decide that you want to shed all the excess weight, and you go on a diet and you start working out, and you may even visualize or affirm that you are losing the weight, and it's not happening. You just fail. Nothing happens, or you start losing the weight and then you stop and you don't get why you don't keep losing weight if you're doing everything right. Or maybe you even manage to shed all the weight and you're happy, and that lasts for a couple of months, and then it's a year later and somehow you manage not only to get all the weight back, but now you weigh more than you used to weigh when you first got on that diet. If this happens, that means that what you're manifesting doesn't fit your story. You cannot put it in there because it just doesn't fit. It cannot stick anywhere in your story and become part of your story because it directly contradicts everything in your story. How can you be thin and fit if you hate working out, if you have a terrible metabolism, if your genes are making you fat, so it's not in your control? How can you manifest something else if you believe that it's not in your control? How can you manifest something else if you feel that you cannot have this because of your genes? How can you remain persistent when it comes to working out if you're so convinced that you're not made for working out, your body is not made for working out, your family doesn't work out because Overall, you're not made for working out and it's in your genes. You have no control over it. You're trying to jam one narrative, one chapter into a story where it doesn't fit at all. All the story is built against what you're trying to put in it. And that's why it doesn't work. And you cannot take physical action to force something to happen if your story goes completely against it. You just cannot. You will keep failing. You will keep getting disappointing results. But here's the good part. Stories can be changed in an instant. You don't have to go through a long and grueling process to become the person you want to be in the physical world. You just have to decide right here, right now that, oh, I've been overweight all my life. No, I'm not. I don't care if my family is overweight. I'm the one that got the gene that keeps me thin. That's how it's always been. I've always been thin. I'm thin now. I will always be able to be thin. It's just who I am. And you just have to tell that story and stick to that story instead of looking in the physical world to find elements, to find events that disprove that story, that tell you, oh no, this story is not true. No, you don't look at the physical world. You've always been thin. It's in your genes. You got the thin gene in the family. Maybe it's skipped 10 generations. Doesn't matter. You're the one who got it. Isn't it amazing? You have the story that you hate working out. You're not good at sports. No, you're not. You have always been amazing at sports. It comes naturally to you. You're athletic by nature. That's who you always were. You're athletic at school. You're athletic now. You enjoy working out. You enjoy different forms of working out. That's who you are. You're just built that way. Or let's say that the area in your life where you cannot manifest what you want is money. And you have the story, oh, I've always been broke and my family is poor. And we're not good at managing money. We're not good at making money. We're not even lucky when it comes to money and jobs. And I've never been lucky. No, that's not true. You have always had an amazing talent with money. Money just came to you. Even if your family was poor, you were the one who somehow always had money. People were paying you for all kinds of jobs. You always found the perfect job. You worked a little bit and you made 10 times more than other people who did the same job. You have always been good with money. You have always been a money magnet. Money just loves you. Doesn't matter if it works the same way for your family. You have always had an amazing relationship with money. You always had ease around money. You could always trust that money will be there for you when you need it. And that's how it has been in the past. That's how it's working out for you now. That's how it will always be because you have a natural talent with money. You just cannot help being rich. You don't even have to do anything. Money loves you and comes to you. You can be sitting on your couch and somehow you will get a notification that you got money. If you try to stick to the old story, and manifest money, it will not work, or you will get temporary results. If you try to stick to the old story and work your butt off in the physical world to make money, it will not work out. You will get partial results or no results, or every time you're close to getting where you want to be, everything will crumble down over and over and over again. No matter if you're doing everything right, no matter if you're following all the right advice, no matter if you got the opportunity that nobody else has, it will not work out because it doesn't fit your story. And if it doesn't fit your story, you cannot have it. You have to change the story. If you change the story, reality will change. What other stories are you telling yourself that stop you from having what you want to have? You are not lucky in love. No, that's not true. I don't care if it was true yesterday. Today, you can decide that this is not who I am anymore. You are lucky in love. In fact, you've always been lucky in love. You never ever in your life manifested an abusive partner. Never. That just doesn't happen to you. It's not who you are. You're not the kind of person who manifests stuff like that. You're the kind of person who manifests only people that are super hot, amazing, that they treat you as if you're the most important person in the world, that you get everything you want from them, that you are loved, you are cherished, and you get to have the life that you want, and everything is amazing, and that's who you've always been. That's who you are in this area of your life. Everything in your reality that you feel is a limitation, you can change simply by deciding it doesn't even exist. That's not who you are. Everything. I don't care if you have taken 10 personality tests that tell you that you have this specific personality trait and that's who you are. You don't have to be that person anymore. You can just decide that you're not that person. You may have the story, I'm not a morning person. Well, who says that? You are saying that this is just another story. And you can decide right at this very moment, as you're watching this video, that I am a morning person. I've always been a morning person. I always wake up full of energy, motivated for my day, and get so many things done. And I've always been that way my whole life. And I'm pretty sure I will always be that way the rest of my life. If you've always been an extreme introvert and you think this is an obstacle, you can decide that you're not an extreme introvert, or you can decide that you can be an introvert and this doesn't have to be an obstacle in you getting what you want. You tell the story. You decide how the story plays out. Maybe you like being a specific way, you just don't like the consequences it has in your life. Well, you can decide that it doesn't have those consequences anymore. You're an introvert and you get to have all the amazing job offers. You're an introvert and you get to have an incredibly big social circle that is very supportive towards you. Who says that you can't just because you're an introvert? That's just a story. I have never been popular. No, actually, you have always been incredibly popular. You were the king or the queen, always, no matter where you go. You're just super popular. You can't help it. People are just drawn to you. You are the only one who can change your story. Physical reality and circumstances and other people cannot force you to change your story. If you're waiting for something in physical reality to happen so that it can confirm that yes, you are allowed to have this thing, yes, now you are the kind of person who gets to have this, now you're the kind of person who gets to be rich, now you're the kind of person who gets to be treated amazingly well in a relationship, now you're the kind of person who gets to be chosen, now you're the kind of person who gets to be popular, you will be waiting forever. Because physical reality gets created by your story. Your story doesn't get created by physical reality. If you believe you're telling the perfect story that supports your manifestation, but it's still not happening, listen for the but. Whenever you think, I want to manifest X thing, but anything that comes after the word but is a story you're telling yourself. That's what you need to change. If you've been trying to tell a different story for a specific thing in your life and it feels like it's not working, like the old story is way too powerful, what you need is the revision technique, which is a technique where you go and change something that happened in the past so that you never had to develop that negative story in the first place. So go watch that video now, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.